In 2020, the United Kingdom went into lockdown. Laboratories across the country were closed for all but the most essential research. Universities had to adapt, and researchers had to find new ways to continue their work. We're following the journey of 4 PhD students from the University of Nottingham.
When COVID hit, the research offices at the university were closed, and only until the end of last year did the offices reopen again at reduced capacity. We had red and blue weeks to ensure that the offices were never at more than 50% capacity, and this ensured that students and researchers were kept at a minimum of 2 meters distance from each other so everybody could work safely. We have cleaning stations in place so people can sanitize their desk before and after use, and a one-way system to ensure that everybody follows the procedures and guidelines set up by the university. Most researchers currently work from home and they remote desktop into their machines to be getting on with simulation work and the other research work during the lockdown. So the bottom line is, despite COVID, research is still actively going on at the university.
When the first lockdown hit, researchers were turned away from the lab. This meant all experiments had to be paused. In August, the lab reopened, which meant we could all get back on with our work. Even after the lab opened again, there were still some difficulties. Face masks and keeping a 2 meter distance were compulsory, which meant working with others could be quite difficult.
I ordered these thermoplastic panels.
Sorry mate, we've got none of these thermoplastic panels here. It's going to be a 2-year lead time, all of our staff are on furlough.
So when the first lockdown happened and we weren't able to go into the labs, I had to think about work that I could get on with from home. So I ended up doing quite a lot of design work. There's likely to be more simulation and modelling in the project than was originally planned.
As with all researchers, this pandemic has brought significant delays to my experimental work. To mitigate this, I had to shift my focus to develop more accurate finite element models and carry out a number of simulations. This gave me the opportunity to design a more efficient experimental process and reduce the number of mechanical tests.
Now in 2021, in the midst of a second national lockdown, we all look forward to an end to the pandemic and a brighter tomorrow.